It appears as if Mario Andretti has grabbed the lead. Michael Andretti, the pole sitter, is dropping back here at the start of the race. He started this race with a new track record on Friday, qualifying at 205.724 miles an hour, but he is moving up, and now Johnny Rutherford has a lead. We have a crash in corner number 2, as at least 2 cars are involved. We'll wait for a confirmation on who exactly is involved, but a lot of damage to machinery in turn number 2. This is the one that has been so controversial. There is one of the cars involved. That's Johnny Parsons in car number 59, the Schaefer Machinist Union car. And you can see extensive damage to the rear end of that machine, but we can see Johnny moving around in the cockpit. Hopefully, he is all right. The other car involved in the accident is on the inside of the racetrack in the infield, and we have yet to find out who else was involved in this crash besides Johnny Parsons.
The second car is, in fact, Dennis Firestone in the Lola, the Raynor Lola. Now, we saw Dennis have an enormous accident prior to the race at the Indianapolis 500. The safety crews are still there. Dennis hasn't got out of the car yet, but he has the best of medical help there attending to him at the moment. But Dennis Firestone in the Raynor Garage Doors Lola is the other car that was involved in that incident with Johnny Parsons Jr.
And there is, it appears, some concern at this point on Dennis Firestone. Steve Edwards, the kart safety director, is there, and several other medical personnel are on hand. Let's take another look at it. It occurred just as the cars moved through the second corner. And a car loses it and does a 360. And Dennis Firestone comes along with no place to go and nails Johnny Parsons. Parsons on the left of your screen and Dennis Firestone on the right.
I think we have a third car in this incident somewhere. It looks as if we might have Scott Brayton also involved in this accident. Now, Johnny Parsons Jr. was involved. I don't think he started this incident. Dennis Firestone was unfortunate to be involved because he ran into the car who spun. Now, we think it was Scott Brayton.
You're
yes,
right.
indeed, there it was. There it was, Scott Brayton. We don't know what happened to his car. He lost it in the middle of turn 2. Now, we don't know whether that was over the bump, because he did have problems over the bumps earlier on. But Scott Brayton definitely was the cause of the incident that we're seeing now, and which has caused this yellow caution period.
And you can see Johnny Parsons and Scott Brayton out of their machines, but there is some concern at this moment about Dennis Firestone. And of course, we will update you throughout the afternoon. Now, we will have this race at 5:30 Eastern Time here on ESPN. In the meanwhile, we of course have Winston Cup racing for you from Michigan International Speedway, and some exciting racing throughout this weekend here on ESPN. Earlier today, the Formula One race was won by Alain Prost. So now we take you back for more of the Champion Sparkplug 400 from Michigan International Speedway. Inside the Pancho Carter machine, as the field is slowed under yellow because of an accident out in corner number 2 on the very first lap involving Scott Brayton, Johnny Parsons, and Dennis Firestone.
A very good shot of the in-car camera here. You see Pancho doesn't have a hold of the steering wheel very tightly. He's got his hand loosely on the wheel. This is for relaxation for the driver, because through these very high-speed turns, it's physically very difficult to constantly